Vapor and emission control systems filter smelting gases. Slag and wire impurities are removed. X-grade cast.
We have now brought the old luxury sea ship to the recycling dock, and we are about to begin the arrival and docking process. We are starting the baseline structural survey, where engineers scan the ship using sensors and cameras.
The structural integrity scan confirms the stress zones near the coupling.
We should reroute Gantry 3 to perform a secondary sweep on that specific area.
The data aligns with the projected structural tolerances.
Yes, the scan confirms stability in sections A through D. High-risk areas isolated.
Now we are starting the chemical and fuel drainage process.
Now we are creating a detailed dismantling blueprint.
We need to reevaluate the sequence for the red zone here. The metal thickness is higher than expected.
Agreed. Let's adjust the cut parameters on section 7.
Now we are shutting down the ship's electrical system and carefully removing all power cables.
All right, move to the next section.
Cable tray secured and ready for extraction.
Power levels are reading 0 on all modules. Proceed.
Now we are starting the interior component and furniture removal process. Now we are starting the heavy machinery and engine extraction process. Now we are starting the hull access cutting process. All right, the hull access points are confirmed and secure. We are ready for internal dismantling. Now we are starting the industrial section cutting process. Now we are starting the jumbo steel block extraction process. Now we are starting the key component recovery process, where important mechanical parts are carefully removed for recycling and reuse. Now we are starting the large material sorting process.
Now we are starting the magnetic separation process. Now we are starting the non-ferrous metal processing stage.
Now we are starting the oil and residue filtration process. Now we are starting the pressing and compacting process.
Now we are starting the quality metal scanning process.
Now we are starting the rough shredding process. Rough shredding complete. Confirm for secondary processing. Now we are starting the secondary shredding process. Now we are starting the thermal preparation process. Now we are starting the ultra-high heat smelting process. Now we are starting the vapor and emission control process. Now we are starting the wire and slag separation process. Now we are starting the X-grade casting process. Now we are starting the yield optimization and cooling process. Now we have completed the zero waste recycling process.